right. Welcome everybody to another Open Lines Friday BDA podcast. This is your host, Mr. BDA, flying solo for the moment, but I'm hoping you guys are going to help us remedy that because this is your show. You get to talk about whatever you want, but hopefully we started off with tomorrow's fight. Hopefully a little organization here goes a long way. Fellas, we've got the open lines, but before we get down to the business, before we get to the fun, rather, let's get the business out of the way. You know the drill. If you got a couple of shekels, you can donate our way. You're certainly welcome to do so, but it's also better that you join the membership program. That way you get access to emojis, badges, and film analysis. The most important thing is that you continue to like and subscribe. Spread the BDA gospel. We always appreciate your listenership, and so that's never going to change. So make sure you spread that BDA gospel, hit the like button, and subscribe. Don't forget, you can check us out on iTunes, Spreaker, and Spotify as well. With that being said, shout out to everybody in the chat. I'm talking about Soothsayer, Brian Montes, Not That's a K-Not, Ernie Wiles, Shazar, The Fighter Spirit, Bernard, Virtuoso, TFM, and many more people to come. I'm sure, fellas, thank you for joining us. Really appreciate it here in the true north, starting to become the true warm north. Finally getting some good weather. Decent weather. It's not hot yet, but it's just perfect. Shout out to Amak PvP for his contribution with the Super Chat. He says, #Fury by decision. Well. We're going to talk about all that, fellas. Let me show you how it works here. If you've never joined the Discord before, if you have an account, it's very easy to create. Just put in a username, password, and that's it. I don't think you need to go verify it in your email address. So once you're in the Discord, as you can see here, if you're on your phone, you're going to want to swipe from left to right, and you will open this section here that says voice channels. And you see there's a speaker icon there that's flashing. It says BD Boxing. Just click on that speaker icon and boom, you're in. There's Amok PvP and MMA Champ are already in there. So without further ado, fellas, let's get this party started. Let me close this up here. You fellas, can you hear me? I'm pretty sure they can, but nobody yet knows if they want to reply or not.
Sorry.
Fantastic, don't worry about it. Hey, Amok, thank you for your contribution, by the way, on the Super Chat. You're picking Fury by decision. Is that correct?
Yeah.
You think it's going to be easy, or?
Hell no. I think it's going to maybe be like a 7-5 fight.
Uh-huh. Yeah, because he's a favorite coming in. And and now apparently he's talking about retirement again. This fucking guy, he brings up retirement every 20 seconds. I don't know what to make of it. By the way,
I think he's just doing the Floyd Mayweather Jr. thing.
Yeah, I think that's what he's doing. Just for to set the tone here of what's going to happen tomorrow from the UK. So it's going to be about here on the East Coast. The fight's probably going to take place at around 5 or 6 p.m. Tyson Fury weighed in at 264.8. Whereas Whyte weighed in at 253.25. I think Whyte is expecting a little bit of a body-to-body type battle. A lot of clinching, so that's why he probably came in heavy. In any event, big dudes coming in here, man. Very big guys. For most people. For me, they're about average sized. But what do you guys think? Well, what can we expect from this fight tomorrow?
I guess judging by Tyson Fury coming in so much lighter than last time, he's going to try to box Whyte.
I mean, that's what I was thinking. But it's still pretty heavy, man. 264.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's heavy, but I don't know. I mean, what else is he's going to do? I mean, Whyte's going to get on the inside, so I guess Fury's best bet is going to try to box him. But I don't know if Fury can do that anymore.
Well, Gonzalo, you've been pretty adamant about this ever since the fight was announced, that this ain't going to be easy for Tyson Fury. You want to just reiterate that a little bit? All right. So we seem to have some audio issues here with people today. What do you guys think? Who said hello?
Yeah, that's me.
Okay.
It won't be easy because of the lead left hook. And he could throw it he can leap with it because it's not the trail hand where he can use that lead hand to leap in, kind of like Canelo did against Caleb Plant. He could cover a lot of ground with that. And if it's in close quarters, mind you, if he's got one hand free off the clinch, then he can punch with that lead left. Even though it might be a short punch, he can generate a lot of power because he knows how to throw that lead punch, with being intentions. So yeah, it'll be dangerous for Fury.
I agree. I mean, Fury still gets he gets hit easily still, Like, I mean, he got tagged every single time by Wilder, who's only got one shot, And I think Whyte's got a little bit more in him.
Whyte's gonna knock the coke out of Fury's nose.
Oh man. But I mean, yeah, Gonzalo brought that point too, that it's fucking, first of all, Wilder could only hit with one hand. Whyte can punch with both hands. I mean, and obviously he doesn't hit as hard, some could say, or as fast as Wilder, but he's still a pretty heavy-handed dude. 250 pounds, by the way. 250 plus pounds. That guy ain't no joke, man, when it comes to the punching power. By the way, just to recap here something, fucking Fury, when he fought Klitschko, he was at 247 pounds, only two more than what Klitschko weighed in. Now he's 260 something. So I don't think, are we ever going to see him back at 240, guys? And does he need to be at 240?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, he probably can't get down there anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, the dude's, I would say he's pretty unhealthy. Like, I mean, is he in shape? Sure, but like, he's lived a hard life. I don't think he can like physically do that anymore.
You know what? It reminds me of James Toney when he was in the heavyweight division, and he showed up in shape for the Holyfield fight, for the Rydell Booker fight. Turns out he was roided apparently, and then afterwards he just started deteriorating. He started to melt. It looked as if he was melting each fight. There was a point where if he showed up at about 230 something, that was considered in shape for him. And it seems to be the same thing with Fury. Wow, as long as he doesn't show up at 270 pounds, he's in shape. He's slim. I mean, that guy 260 something. That's pretty heavy, man. And
yeah, it's huge.
But it's light for Fury. It's light for.
No, it's not, like, man. He used to be 240.
Like, yeah. Look at the weight. Fury's been coming in his last couple of fights. This is light for Fury. I think he's going to try to box Whyte. I don't think he's going to try to knock him out like he did Wilder. I think Whyte he doesn't have that much power as Wilder, but I think he's more dangerous because Whyte has more technical skills. He's actually a better boxer than Wilder. He knows what he's doing in there, more than Wilder. So I don't think he's going to try to, walk down and like smother Whyte. I think he's going to try to box him.
Well, let me ask you this, MMA champ. Do you think at 260 something pounds, do you think he can box the way he did against Klitschko? Do you think he can move around the ring like that?
I mean, I just saw a clip of him hitting the pads. He did look pretty fast. So, I think this is a good weight for him to box, especially when you gain all that weight, it's going to be hard for you to, lose it in that, little time. So I think what they're looking for a weight that's not that low, but he's comfortable with and he's comfortable boxing with. So.
Well, let me ask you this.
What's up?
Yo, Dead Game, what's up, man?
Good.
You're doing good, fantastic, man. What are your thoughts on this Tyson Fury versus Dylan Whyte fight?
Oh, I got Whyte by knockout.
Oh, there you go.
I'm betting the bag.
Only way he's gonna win.
Yeah, what round do you think?
Shit. I'm seeing it about 6-7.
Yeah, a lot of people are going Whyte by knockout.
I'm gonna tell you what I'm thinking, bro. Fury too light in the ass, bro. I'll be real, man. Fury to me, what it looks like, I'm a conspiracy theorist, so I'm gonna come with what I think for real. Mm-hmm. Fury not on the juice, man. Fury's not on the juice. He looks small. He looks small.
Look like he had a six-pack. When Fury ever had a
It's not about that. It's about being full. It's about being his body being.
Always had love handles. He always.
No, I'm not talking about that, bro. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about he just looks like when he fought Klitschko, he looked full. When he fought Wilder, he looked full. Right now, he just looks slim, like he's
nothing. You're waffling. Shut up.
Yeah,
Oh, come on, hold on. Let him finish. Hold on, let him finish.
Hey,
Let him
I
finish.
wanna-
Are you talking about
I
when
wanna
he just
add on to
in
that,
his
though.
phone? What?
Hold on, one at a time.
So
one at a
right
time.
now, right now, he's back in the UK. We all know that they watched him like a hawk because he had to get his license back. He just don't look like the same Fury, and I don't think the stamina. I don't think he gonna have the stamina, and he won't have the punch
That
resistance. I think
game.
Dillian is gonna catch him and knock him out.
Ooh.
That game is. Wait, let me I have
Dillian
a
Whyte's
question
got
for
a
that
terrible
game.
gas tank, man.
That game is Wilder still pimping you out?
Ah, okay, what that doesn't add anything to the conversation. But all right, listen.
I got something to add to that, though. I got something because I kind of got the same feeling. I'm not sure about the juicing, but like if you've seen his legs, like his legs are way thinner now. He doesn't have that. He doesn't have that lower body strength before. He looks even more so like a basketball player right now. And Fury, like he kind of lost a few inches almost, right? Because like Whyte is supposed to be like 6'3", 6'4", or whatever. And like Tyson Fury is like 6'9", apparently, right? Like, why does he seem to be getting shorter with each fight?
You know what? He's not drinking his milk.
This guy's 6'6", bro. He's 6'6". I'm telling you.
I agree
He's
with
like
Cesar.
6'2",
Yeah.
dude.
Well, actually, okay. Let's say I think he's more about 6'7", because, like I said before, if you compare, there's a photo where he's standing next to Magic Johnson. Magic Johnson's supposed to be 6'9", and Fury looks about 2 inches shorter. And also, when he faced off with Deontay Wilder, they looked to be, I forget which face-off it was, but neither guy was wearing sneakers or, thick sneakers. So
That's what I was about to just ask. If he's 6'7", what is Wilder?
If you're a wrestling fan, you already know that they bullshit about the height because the Undertaker is supposed to be like 7'4". And that's what.
Yeah, listen, wrestling. Hey, I remember there was that photo, that infamous photo where they had Brock Lesnar when he fought. No, sorry, Frank Mir and what was the name of that dude that hit fucking hard? He hurt Brock Lesnar in that. I forgot the guy's name. It was a big.
Shane Carwin or something like that?
Yeah, Shane Carwin. Thank you. Yeah. So Shane Carwin, they always used to say 6'5" tall, 6'5" inches tall. Then when they faced off in the middle of the octagon, Frank Mir had 2 inches on him, and supposedly if Mir was 6'3", so somebody was lying about somebody's height. So yeah, they exaggerate that shit.
BDA, can you stream the YouTube on the Discord so we can see it?
Yeah.
So we can see the chat.
Yo, BDA, this is you in the chat. That's you as a wrestler. That's BDA back in the days.
In the Discord, you mean? Yeah. What the fuck is that? Shout out to Mike T for his contribution with the super chat. He says Wilder is going to be twerking Wilder's going to be twerking between rounds as the ring girl for the fight. What the fuck? What's with the comments today, man?
Hey,
I didn't get
Fury
the
said
whole.
himself.
Hold on, one at a time, fellas. One at a time. Hold on. Somebody was going to say Wilder's going to what?
Listen, let's see. Say, come on, go.
Yeah. So before this whole Wilder twerking thing, man, I was like, what the fuck, man? Nah, you can find him twerking in all kinds of fucking videos, bro. It's the truth. And who is it? Is it Mac? Mac and some dude, man, were getting off. Mac and some dude were getting off the other day, like posting a bunch of Deontay Wilder twerking shit on there. Disturbing.
Mac, what's going on, man?
Dude, Bull, that's cap. We know that's cap. Come on.
I don't know. Sounds like you fellas were up to something insidious. What's going on here?
Yeah, it was the haunting hour. It was the twerking hour.
Listen, man. Fury was the one that said he was sleeping with Whyte. Okay.
He did say that.
They were like molesting each other at the fucking weigh-in, man. They were like grabbing each other's boobs and shit. Fucking
Did
weird.
he actually say that? Like I didn't even fucking watch it.
Yeah, he said we slept together. Then fucking Whyte was like, oh
my.
Whyte turned around quick because he knew it was true. He just didn't expect him to say it.
He didn't want his husband Dean to get jealous.
Oh, come on! Now wait a minute. Hey, who is that guy Dean? Buddy, is that his brother or something? Or
it's his husband. He changed his name, man.
And what's the new news anyway? It's like they're saying Fury's going to retire because of the mafia or whatever, the Irish mob.
That's what I've been hearing.
Where's Irish Andre Ward? Dude? We need him to explain the situation for us.
That's right.
Hey,
I'm not around Ireland, so I don't know.
How far?
He's a part of the Coke Mafia.
Yeah. Hey, how far along until they're kicking down Tyson Fury's door with connection to that whole Havana cartel bullshit?
Nah,
That's what I'm
listen,
wondering.
that
Like, I wonder how his mental is. I wonder how involved he is with that shit. You know, like I mean, Wilder. I mean, like, sorry, Fury's just like usually, he's a big shit talker and likes to, have fun. But he's been real like talk about retirement. He's been real quiet. Hasn't been like shit talking Whyte very much. So I wonder like is something
Yeah,
up with him.
that's
But
my
Big
question.
deal.
I gotta tell you,
Very done, bro.
I wonder what the agenda is, because when so many news media outlets coordinate against somebody or some organization, I mean, look, I'm not saying they're clean. I'm not saying that match, not Matchroom, the Kinahan thing is clean. But why are they going after? Like I think it was Thunder who pointed out, there's plenty of shady characters in American boxing as well. You never see a coordinated campaign against James Prince, for example, and his involvement with fighters. But this one, all of a sudden, everybody jumped on it. And in fact, they haven't even proven anything. I think Ring IQ got into it with some people on Twitter because he said that this wasn't going to lead to much. And people were like, why are you defending them? And he said, look, they're offering a reward of $5 million for information, meaning they don't have shit right now.
BJ.
Yeah,
First
but
of
why
all,
would
right?
they?
Hold on,
Why
let
would
me-
it be 5 million?
Wait. Asking for information doesn't mean you have nothing on them, right? In order for them to ask people for that, they have to have some type of.
That's what
they
I'm
have
asking.
to have
Yes.
some type of charges, or they're about to get them in charge. That's what they're asking people for. And
You're right, but still, 5 million, it's not peanuts. So for them to be asking for more means they're not really confident, or it suggests. You're right. It doesn't make it so, but it does suggest that they're not, they're not fully convinced that they can take this guy out.
Either way, there's something weird going on. So that's like what we were talking about. How is it affecting Fury now in his late career? Now that he's saying he's gonna retire after every fucking fight.
That's another thing. Fury's kind of old, dude. Fury's like 36 or something, isn't he?
Nah, Fury's like Fury's young.
He's 33. He's 33.
Yeah, Fury's young. But see, what everyone is trying to distance. That motherfucker can hear me. Everyone is trying to distance themselves from Kinahan. You seen Espinosa. He had an interview distancing himself. So everyone is distancing themselves because there's some things coming. There's some things coming down the pipe. So you got Bob Arum. Everybody's tied. A lot of people is tied into it. So they're just trying to just separate themselves. That's what Tyson is saying. He don't have nothing to do with old boy now. So they're just trying to distance themselves. But I think they're going to transfer those belts to a Brit. I think it's the perfect time. I think Tyson got too much shit. He don't sell. He's not going to bring in the big bucks. He only made money because of Wilder.
But let's be real, fellas.
So
Let's be real.
They gonna pass them belts off to a Brit.
Well, wait a minute. Dead game. You're saying he only did money because of Wilder. Did you see how fast they sold out over in the UK? He's set in the UK if he keeps winning.
But the UK, in his hometown, the UK, he's gonna do numbers.
Well,
but on a global market, nah.
How do you know though?
In the UK, yeah. I mean, they waiting for. He's the champ, so the UK gonna come out for Amir Khan, but they gonna come out for.
So, but Deontay Wilder probably couldn't sell out a big arena like that if he was fighting
Deontay Wilder would sell out Wembley.
Oh, come on! But okay, hold on. You're telling me if he would have fought Brazil over in England, he would have sold out that big.
He would have sold out Wembley. He would have sold out Wembley.
Dead game. Come on, dead game.
What game are you? Brazil, man. Nobody cares about Brazil. Hey, on another note. Is Fury the great white hope of the UK right now?
Yeah, but he's isn't he a traveler though?
He's a fucking gypsy. It doesn't work. He's not white.
Yeah, he's not white.
The 3 Wilder fights.
Yeah, dude, his dad looks Mexican, dude. Someone post that picture again.
He is white. Look, does Fury look white too?
He look like what do you call it?
John
Espinosa.
If Fury white, then I'm fucking Japanese.
Oh, LT. We got LT dropping by.
Does he look white to you? Does he look white?
Hey, LT, feliz fin de su mama.
Feliz fin de semana, carnal, al chile. Fin de semana.
Hey, LT, let me ask you this, man.
Pop your beard open, saquen las virongas, las chelas, and enjoy the fucking BDA show.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, pop open those pistols and let's get it cracking, man. But hey, LT, let me ask you this, man. When it comes to the Fury,
Tamales.
when it comes to the Fury Whyte fight, I've noticed a lot of people have turned on Fury, and I can't blame him. What are your thoughts on Fury as far as him being a fan favorite?
Man, you know, I wasn't never big on the heavyweights. Why did they turn on Fury? Pues, I don't know. He probably fucked his wife or some shit.
Oh,
I don't know. But hey, bro. But to me, bro, I mean, they say that Dillian White's gonna knock him out. How the fuck, bro? If fucking Deontay Wilder couldn't keep him down, what's gonna keep fucking Fury down? You know what I mean? Maybe low blows. It's not like Dillian White has great body work, so I don't see it. I don't see it. And Dillian White just fucking goes to fucking where is he? Like goes to fucking Portugal and shit. Fucking does all the drugs and shit, meth, does some rails, computer, all that good shit. Comes back and fucking all puffed up and shit. Come on, bro. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I had to put the disclaimer up while you were talking.
Hey,
Tyson Fury never had fans. They was just Wilder haters. If you really think about it, Tyson Fury never really had
that game. Let me ask you a question.
That could be true, but at the same time, you can say the same for Wilder fans because once Fury started getting like that, how do I say, recognition, a lot of people, that's when a lot of people started turning on him once he got starstruck, as some would say.
But Fury,
bro, I just think that Rich Little Brother is a faggot. Oh, my bad.
Come on, LT, come on.
My bad.
The Wilder fights helped build Fury's career, whether you look at it or not. If it wasn't for the Wilder fights,
they built each other's careers, in my opinion. Because let's face it, nobody really cared about Wilder except for the other.
No, people knew Wilder. People knew Wilder because he was an American heavyweight champion, right? Nobody really cared for Fury when actually Wilder brought Fury's career back, if you look at it, because Fury was all coked up, had 4 years laid off or whatever, and Wilder gave him opportunity. Fury didn't give Wilder opportunity. Wilder gave him opportunity.
But MMA champ, there was that video where Fury went before the first fight. He went around the streets of LA asking people if they knew who Wilder was. Nobody knew.
Yeah,
I bet you.
Come on, man, that's foolishness.
I bet you if you went to Alabama, people would know it.
Oh, well, I bet you if you go to the trailer park over there in the UK, people are going to know who Tyson Fury is. I mean, come on. It's we're talking about, that's what that game was talking about, global stars. And a lot of these people, listen, like Shazar said, they built each other up. Neither guy was that big a name beforehand. And they're still not that big.
I live in a trailer park, thank you.
I didn't say that. I don't know who said that, but it wasn't me.
It sounded like you, Shazar.
No,
well, let's just say it was you.
Oh.
It was actually me, but I will say this. I think Fury got a lot more recognition than Wilder did, in my opinion, at least internationally.
Huh. Interesting.
Well, of course. I mean, he defeated the Black Kang, you know what I mean?
Hey, LT, I got a question for you. Is that okay, BDN?
Let me just read the super chat before and I'll let you go, Suser. Shout out to Leonardo Campos Vázquez for his contribution. He says, ¿Qué onda, raza? Vengo a recordarles que la Sky Nicholson va a sufrir un career-ending pregnancy por su servicio. Oh, come on. This guy says he wants to impregnate. He says he wants to impregnate Sky Nicholson. I mean, what the fuck? Shout out to Leonardo.
Me too.
All right, let's go. Soothsayer, what's up, man?
Yeah, LT, do you think, how involved do you think Fury was with the Kinahan cartel, bro? Like, he had to have been an enforcer, right? Maybe not a sicario, but for sure. Has fucked some
There's no way he could be an enforcer, dude. He's too damn big. Can you imagine, dude? This isn't the 60s. You can't just have Sonny Liston running around with you.
So you really think
what? I'm sorry.
Money laundering shows, man.
Dude, imagine like Tyson on the streets of LA. He's like, "Hi, you want some meth? Come on."
Aren't all those gypsies gangsters though?
Wait. Tyson Fury was on a cartel? Which one?
Yeah, the Mount Hog Club.
Do you think that those are like the lower level street guys? So they get caught easy, dude.
Wait, hold on. So Tyson Fury was on a cartel? Which one?
The Tamale cartel. The Tamale cartel.
Kinahan cartel because he was friends with
rumors of Tyson Fury being a killer, a fucking underground lord or what? Like kingpin or some shit?
No,
Bro,
no,
I
no.
honestly,
this is
because like,
boxing.
dude, like, I think they're just using boxing to launder their money.
Bro,
You know what I'm
just because
saying?
Tyson Fury got caught eating some dirty piggies doesn't mean he's fucking doing drugs, all right? Well, maybe he did some
Bro,
drugs.
He
Maybe.
admitted
Well,
that
he did
shit.
some cocaine.
listen.
Well,
Philly
hey, all
loves
right,
those
okay.
candy.
There's a difference between
His
doing
favorite
cocaine and
candy is
selling
nose
cocaine, all
candy.
right?
Okay,
His
well,
favorite
my point
candy
is,
nose candy.
this is all I'm trying to say. I bet you in a few years we're gonna find out that he had a bigger role in that cartel.
I doubt
What
it. I doubt it.
cartel?
Well, soothsayer, right? You think
Yeah,
Daniel
Bro, what fucking
Kinahan?
cartel, bro?
Hold up, LT. This will make
Sinaloa
sense.
cartel.
If you really think that
Cartel del
Daniel
Golfo.
Kinahan would have his biggest fighter go out
El
and
cartel de
be in a
Tijuana.
Okay,
torture
LT,
and be
hold on,
in
hold
his
on.
cartel, you really
Em-
think Daniel Kinahan would be that stupid to put his big moneymaker on the line like that to possibly
He
get
was in the
arrested?
Medellin
Like,
cartel
come
or
on.
what, bro?
He was on the Tamale cartel.
Hey, look, bro. By that allegations, and then Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. was in a cartel too, all right? Because Julio
I
Cesar
believe it,
Chavez
and he
Sr.
was.
loved
Hey,
What about
and some
this?
shit.
What
Hey,
about this?
hold
What about
on.
hold
this?
on, hold on.
Hey, hold on. Let me
LT.
talk. Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. loved that cocaine, and he did it good and enjoyed it. Even
He
chilled
did
with the
good.
Chapo, but was never, in the cartel. So I don't know how.
Yeah, he was, and some shit has came out
About who?
about Chavez.
About what did he do?
He was an
Fuck a
enforcer,
stripper?
and he did play a role in
Whoa,
the
whoa,
cartel.
whoa, whoa, soothsayer, you gotta be careful here because you're talking about one of our idols
Bro,
here, one of the Mexican
get outta
idols,
here,
Julio
bro.
Chavez.
And
So
what do you think? And you think he's not my idol?
The BDA's idol.
I don't know, man.
Bro,
I mean, look.
Even
Ch-
after
What
Nicolas
Back to the
Cage.
fight, though. Back to the
in
fight, though.
in
dude. Like,
Mexico,
Tyson Fury.
there's a couple of things you don't go against in
Right.
Mexico. You don't go
Right?
against.
We know
you-
Tyson Fury could box, but has he ever been in a fight though? That's what White is.
LT, they're quoting you, man. LT, they're quoting
I
you.
don't know, man. That's a fact.
Ooh, whoa! We all knew Shakur could box.
What about this? I think this is an interesting point right here. So we don't know if Fury's involved with this drug shit, right? But he's best friends with Parker, who is involved or was involved in Australia or New Zealand drug shit. So
Exactly. So why are y'all afraid to touch on that? Like, why are y'all being so sensitive about that?
That's for Second Renaissance, not for BD. Well, it can
Yo,
be for
Shazzer.
Wow, it's boxing, isn't it?
what's up,
They can go for both. They can go for both.
Yeah, MMA champ, your sound is fucked up today, man. I can barely hear you. It's like you're locked up in the basement.
Something I couldn't hear what he was saying.
He's locked up.
MMA, you fucking up the stream, bro. Get the fuck out of here.
What's up, MMA?
All right, well, listen. This whole fucking Whyte versus Fury thing, it's going to be Whyte is the guy that's been begging for this type of shot. Then he gets his shot. He doesn't want to do any press. He starts skulking in the background. He says, well, you guys don't know what I've been through or something like that. Man, now you got your shot. If he goes in there and looks slow as fuck and doesn't try to go for it, I'm going to say good riddance to Dillian Whyte. Get the fuck out of here, man. And that's
BD,
from a guy
let me
that's
agree
starting to get
right?
tired of Fury.
Wait, let me see this. BD, right? He's not getting any of the pay-per-view share. He's not getting any of that. So why do you want him to participate? This is Fury show, right?
MMA,
So,
why are you watching the guy's pockets, bro? We're talking about boxing here, right?
what do you mean? Yeah, this is a business at the end of the day too. It's a business. It's a business too.
What do you know about business? What do you know about business?
It's a business too, right? And if Whyte doesn't feel he's getting paid enough, why would he do stuff that he's not even get paid for the pay-per-view? He's not getting a cut of the pay-per-view. So why is he going there? Why should he care? Anyway, right? He already went to the weigh-in and the official press conference that was before the weigh-in. So I mean, why does he need to go all of this other events and he's not getting the pay-per-view cut?
Why would Dillian Whyte sue the fucking WBC to get a title shot and not go out there and try? Tell me that, bro.
What do you think he was doing when he was at the press conference? He was training. What do you think he was doing? Okay, so I don't understand. You said what?
Okay, we gotta talk. We gotta talk real boxing, though. Okay, we gotta talk real boxing. Who are you betting on? Tyson Fury's hairline or Dillian Whyte's hairline?
Knocking the fuck out.
Oh man! All right, hold on a second. Will, so what did you say?
White's gonna knock him the fuck out.
Oh, we got another one. So far we got Gonzalo, we've got Dead Game, and Will saying knockout. All right,
I'm knockout too.
Oh,
bro, I
Shazard
don't
too.
know,
Okay.
bro. Fucking Tyson Fury has a pretty good chin.
Mate,
but he's easy to drop, though. He's easy to drop.
He has a pretty good nose too.
Heavyweight. You seen fucking Dillian Whyte get dropped so many fucking times. I mean, what does? You know what I mean? Like,
wait, also, but Fury got dropped 5 times.
Dillian Whyte knocked out by 2 Olympic champions.
who gives a fuck? Is the heavyweights? Those motherfuckers trip over themselves.
Calm down. White's been in some wars.
You just said, White has been knocked out so many times. But when I bring up Fury has been knocked down 5 times, you're like, it's the heavyweights. Come on. That's double saying.
Exactly. He'd be stuck on his ass.
I want to mention though, like White has some problems that are like systemic to like his boxing style. Though he has he needs to get rid of that kickboxing, man, because he's too squared. It limits his movement, and if he has to come forward against Fury, I think that plays into Fury's game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a good point.
He just pokes him. Maybe it will be boring. Maybe it's a boring fight. I don't think. Maybe Tyson won't knock him out. I know Showbiz the adult is like, I'm betting 500.
Yo, who is that?
Showbiz the toddler. Showbiz the toddler.
I don't know. What do you got against him?
Showbiz the Rock. Let's go.
No, I don't know.
Okay. Showbiz the cokehead.
Oh, the guy that looks like a frog.
What the fuck? Fucking MMA champ. MMA champ. According to MMA.
That guy.
Showbiz thinks that.
That
like he's gonna knock White out. I don't know about that. It's like, does Tyson even need to go for the knockout? Right? Against Wilder, he definitely did.
Listen,
it's not an interesting fight.
Pillow-fisted.
Wait, you're talking about you said you're talking about Showbiz, the guy who sounds like he's in special ed?
Nah, come on. What? MMA champ, what do you got against the guy, man? Come on.
Bro, MMA.
I heard someone use the analogy in the Discord that
you're talking about Showbiz, the big brother of MMA.
For MMA.
Showbiz, the big brother of MMA.
Showbiz, the big brother of LT.
Big brother.
All right. Listen. Hold on a second. Hold on. Please. Let me. Okay, we got a super chat here. Michael Poe, shout out to Michael. He says, "Yo, Portugal of poor man. Wait, come on here. Believe me. If he's coming here, nothing happening with him. Regulation is not worth the punishment." All right. Shout out to Michael for that little rhyme there. He's spinning bars in that one. Shout out to Michael. Shout out to Virtuoso as well. He says, Fury's gloves had kilos of Kinahan's MTK Coke. Oh, what's with the Coke? Everyone's talking about Coke today, man.
See? I told you.
Yeah, you did tell us. All right, let's get down to... Yeah.
BD, you know what you and Fury have in common? Your favorite candy is nose candy.
I don't do Coke. What's the matter with you? Now you're casting ludicrous aspersions here. I don't touch drugs. It's against my religion. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Now listen, let's get back to brass tacks here.
Religion, isn't Fury going to use his voodoo curse on White during the fight in order to win?
Oh man, what the fuck's going on?
Can I take something in there?
It's called gypsy magic, bro, not voodoo.
Go ahead, Willis.
Can I take a minute, lads?
Yeah, go ahead, Willis.
Listen, right? Basically, don't you find it weird how the Kinahans, right, had this $5 million bounty put on their head by the US government, and then White all of a sudden then was like, right, I'll do the pressers now, I'll get involved now. I think they were putting pressure on White, trying to say, you need to lose this fight. And he was like, nah, I'm not getting involved. And then basically, as soon as the Kinahans were out of the way, he's like, fuck it, I'm going to knock Fury out.
Yeah, I got it. I got Dillian Whyte dropping Tyson Fury like 3 times, and Tyson Fury's gonna drop Whyte 1 time. And I'm just gonna say that Whyte gets a split decision, but it could very well go in Fury's favor. But I'm just gonna go ahead and go with Whyte, man.
Well, what's in politics, man?
It's that left hook, man. You can't clinch like you did with Wilder, think you're going to wear him out. No, because that dude's stout, he's strong, and if he's got one hand free, man, that left hook, he can touch you, man. And from afar, he can also throw like a leaping left hook. And so what if he squares up too much? He creates a lot of leverage with the left and the right where he can transition and throw power punches with power with either hand. So yeah, man.
All right, now let me ask you this: who are you guys rooting for?
Whyte.
Tyson.
Whyte. Yeah, he's also lost the zeal, the will, man. The dude wants to retire while the other guy's been chomping at the bit for this chance.
That's an interesting point right there as well.
Yeah, he looks soft in the weigh-in too, man. While Whyte, he looks pretty sturdy, man.
Fury's fucking ass was halfway up his shoulders, boys. Did you see that?
I've never known a
Did you see that
moment
back fat? I've never seen anything like that in my life.
I've never known a moment where Tyson Fury looked hard though. He's always like a big chubby guy. It's like a Teletubby almost.
Yeah,
an ogre.
That's a British show, right? I don't even know.
Mike likes it when Tyson Fury's hard.
Like, he's got gorilla arms, long-ass legs, and like a small torso.
Yeah, because
he needs to get some manscaped, dude. He looks like a Sasquatch almost.
He does. He does.
Bro, Max is definitely a Ryan fan, bro. I can tell right off the bat.
Legs to Wyatt's legs, man. It's like a big fucking oak tree compared to a twig.
Jason Costa in the chat says Fury has 4 butt cheeks.
Oh, sorry.
Iron Fist in the chat says, I get what Gonzalez says, but Fury southpaw style might deflect Whyte's hooks. Oh yeah, you don't forget.
Yeah, he's been drilling southpaw, it looks like.
Because just because you're switching from right to left, that doesn't mean that I still have power in my lead hand. You can switch all day from right to left. I'm still presenting the lead hand that has power, and that's going to be problems for you. Because that's still my lead hand.
Fury's going to be looking for the uppercut. Fury's going to be looking for the uppercut, which will lead him way open for the left.
He throws shit uppercuts, though, man.
Yeah, I know. He knocks himself out.
All of Fury's shots are like loopy when he throws like hooks and uppercuts. They're just either weird. He throws weird loopy hooks.
His timing. If you watch the Wilder fights, his timing is completely off. His straight 1-2s down the pipe are absolutely shocking from a boxing sense. Like,
you talking about the third fight?
When you watch Fury in the Wilder fights, he's throwing a 1-2 straight down the pipe, right? His timing is completely off in nearly every punch, and then he manages to catch him on the back of the head once or twice.
I agree about his timing in the third fight. The third fight, he looked awful. He was sloppy. It's one thing to be fat, but fat and sloppy, because in the second one, he was fat, but when he was throwing that one, when he was throwing that 1-2, he was lining it up. In the third one, he was coming for. When he got dropped in the third fight, it was his mistake. He was just coming forward.
The thing is, he was smothering his own work.
That's true. I will say this. People forget that.
Bro, it's because on the second fight, Fury had egg weights, bro.
Yeah, but let's not forget that leading out to the fight, it was most likely about to get canceled. Again, I'm referring to the Wilder trilogy. Because remember, he had that situation with that family situation where his kid literally died and came back a few minutes later. So maybe that took motivation on that. Probably cut some training time due to family reasons.
Sure. That's a good point. Could have played a factor.
Also, Wilder had some family issues. He had to go check on 78 in the hospital.
Oh no!
You know what?
It is true. I'm not, but I am not taking away. Fury did look not good at all in that third Wilder fight. Keep that in mind. I'm not trying to make excuses, but I'm just saying crap happens too.
Indeed, it does.
Dillian Whyte's gonna go after him, man. He's not gonna leave it on the table.
Yeah,
I think Whyte's gonna go in there trying to take his head off and everything. Like he's gonna go in with everything, but it just depends on who has a better chin.
Wait, don't forget, they're both being trained by Kronk fighters.
Hey, I got a limited amount of time. I just want to make one point. Has anyone watched the walk fight? Like the Whyte Marius walk fight?
Not in a while.
Yes, like I that's worth looking at because he had an awful time trying to close the distance and do anything. Like he came close to losing that fight, in my opinion.
Dillian Whyte, right?
Yeah, he was in horrible shape though. He was like 270 or 280, man. He fought on the wall.
I think he was like 260. I don't think he was that high, but I could be wrong. But yeah, he took it on short notice. There's that. But I'm just saying from a tactical standpoint of what he was trying to do to close distance, it didn't look great, you know. And I think he had similar trouble with Robert Hellenius, if I recall.
Yeah, I
so
just
I
watched
think
that fight
Fury
today,
got
man.
better feet, you know, much better feet than these guys. And someone linked, I think it was Boxing Chief, early Fury fight back when he had hair. And he was landing like this overhand right over and over again. This dude it was about the size of Whyte. So you know, Whyte tends to drop that left hand, and I feel like he's going to be a target for that right hand when Fury steps to his right and he moves out of the way.
Go back and watch the Steve Cunningham fight with Fury when he fought Steve Cunningham, right? Steve Cunningham dropped him on his ass with an overhand right.
Yeah, but Whyte doesn't have a good overhand right.
Yeah, he does. He does. Everyone talks about his left hook to the body and his left hook, but he does have a really good overhand right.
I've seen him wing it in really desperate and like sloppy looking ways. Cunningham's much sharper than him, but I also think that was a defensive lapse, and he got up off the canvas and like beat the shit out of him. You know, just leaned on him. You know, I mean, Cunningham's smaller, but I still feel like he can do that to Whyte. So I'm just trying to say there are way more ways for Fury to win than there are for Whyte.
I gotta tell you, first of all, shout out to Jonathan Kidder for his contribution with the super chat. He says, "Let's consider Fury retiring to negate any MTK contract existing, thus severing ties, then returning for an AJ Usyk winner comeback. Just a thought." Yeah, you never know with Fury. He doesn't seem to be interested in these lower level fights. He just wants either the big fights, it seems. So that's Jonathan Kidder. That's a definite possibility right there. Shout out to you for your contribution. Fellas, I gotta tell you, I'm surprised at how... in the official bookies, with the bookies, Fury is a favorite, but we're hearing here in the YouTube boxing community a lot of people giving Whyte a very, very, very good chance of beating him. Do you, if he beats him, do you think he can beat him?
PDA, they always want to root for the white guy.
But do you guys think he can? Do you guys think he can win a decision, or does he have to knock him out? Can he win a decision? Does he have the tools to do it, or?
Dillian Whyte by UK stoppage. Let's go. Come on.
I think Dillian Whyte's got the heart, man, to bring the fight on and go to a knockout. Go for broke.
Interesting.
I mean, if he drops 3 times,
Can I just ask a question? Can I just ask a question, please? Yeah. Hello, everyone. The dudes that are picking Dillian Whyte, can you just?
Oh, it's Ryan Garcia's boyfriend.
Yeah, it's your daddy. First and foremost, it's your dad talking. Yeah.
Wait, Wills. Wait, hold on. Is Wills?
Wait, you're Soothsayer's father? Hello, sir. How are you?
Talking. Shut up.
Hey, hold on. I gotta. Real quick, Wills, are you the Brazilian dude? I forgot your name from before. That you were here 2 weeks ago, I think, or?
No, mate. I'm from the UK. I'm Welsh.
From Wales. He's from Wales. He's from Wales. This one. He's a moron.
Okay, so it was a different.
I thought he was a moron from Wales, suggesting that the Kinahans have gone from a white win from a Fury win to a white win. Absolute rubbish. Get the tin foil off your head.
Hey, by the way, shout out to Rider of the Storm for his contribution with the super chat. He says, "Salute BDA. Thanks God Whyte." What did he say? Salute BDA. I think I got Whyte in the unanimous decision. He says. LT interrupts everyone. You might need to check his nose. Hashtag booger sugar. Come on. That's right.
The dude's picking Whyte. The Usyk fans, aren't they? You all Usyk fans, aren't you? They were picking Whyte.
Let's ask Willis. He's the one of the guys.
Hey, bro, come on, bro. None of these guys have ever been in a real Discord fight, bro. That's why, bro.
All right, hold on. Please, let me. Hold on, please. Hold on. Hey, I'm gonna have to mute people. I'm gonna have to mute people. Don't make me mute people. Don't make me mute you guys. Willis, you're one of the guys that's picking Whyte. You wanna answer Furioso's question? Are you an Usyk fan or? Could you care?
No, mate. No.
Yeah, who's your favorite heavyweight?
Dillian Whyte.
You Dillian. And before Dillian Whyte, who was it? AJ.
Probably Lennox Lewis, mate. Tell you the truth, there haven't been many fucking great British heavyweights.
Absolute bullshit. You jumped off the
about 15 heavyweights now. UK ones.
You jumped ship. You jumped ship. Don't be bullshitting, yeah.
I haven't
Okay.
jumped no
I
fucking
know
ship,
your
dude.
sort. You was on the fucking AJ dick, and now you're on the Dillian White dick. You like the
When
black
was
dick,
I on
don't
the
you?
AJ dick and I
You
want to
like
did
the
your
black
white dick,
dick
but
in
AJ's
Wales,
still fucking
obviously.
around here yet.
The
It's
English
fucking
Civil
Age of
War.
Empires
I
in here.
wanted fucking. I
You
wanted
want the
White
big
to
black
beat
dick,
AJ.
don't you? Talking absolute shit with your
Shut your face, you
conspiracy.
English knobhead.
Yeah. Fucking
Yo.
dickhead. On
Yo,
about
since
conspiracies, killer handers, killer hand that. You don't know
You
what
come
you
on
want.
here. Are you not even
Slap
talking, pal?
yourself.
You know
Slap
what you're doing?
yourself.
Just slagging me
Slap
off. You
yourself.
haven't got a
Wake up.
fucking jar of glue, you
Wake
fucking
up,
muppet.
you fucking sheep shagger.
Yo, can I say something real quick?
No,
Since,
come on, let him go
the
ahead.
Americans claimed Tyson Fury.
Wait, who
UK
just
fans
stopped
didn't.
that? Who just fucking
I'm going for America on this fight.
All right.
English cunt.
Wait a
You're
minute.
fucking
Wait a minute.
bitches.
What's
You're
wrong with
all
shagging
Usyk
sheep?
bitches on you now. You're
Whoa.
turned and jumped ship.
What's wrong with shagging
Hey,
sheep,
mate,
man?
just because you want White to win don't mean that you were a nut hugger.
Yeah, we want Fury's going to teach you a good lesson, isn't he? He's going to box your fucking ears off.
I'll box your fucking ears off.
Furioso,
Yeah, you like the big black dick. Shut up. We found that out already.
Hey, Furioso, let me ask you this. Furioso, let me ask you this. What? Because I've been asking people this. Why do you make of a lot of people in the YouTube boxing community turning on Tyson Fury? Why do you think they turned on the guy?
He's a big mouth, horrible cunt.
Because these are the bitches that were on the AJ dick and the Wilder dick. Yeah, and because those bitches got beat, they got to go on to the next, haven't they? So now
everyone
they're on the
knows the
Usyk, on the
community, the Wilders are fun.
any little hope that's going
Fury chose Wilder because Wilder was a fucking fan that fought 40
living on a
nobody.
prayer, you little bitches. I'll see you on
Fury's a
Sunday.
fucking fraud,
I'll
bruv.
see
He's
you
gonna
on
get knocked
Sunday
out.
on Monday, and we'll be talking again. And I'll remind
I'll be
you.
on there on Monday,
And then
right?
you'll be
I'm
on to the
gonna fuck you
next
after
one,
you.
and the next one, and the next one, and you all get fucking slapped. You
I think
fucking
that's
fucking track
I
jumpers.
want to talk about that. I want to talk about that because I think it's crazy how many people have picked White, dude. I think it's completely insane because White is the underdog, no matter what anyone says right here. He's
Because
the
they're living
underdog,
on a
right?
prayer.
This is a guy who got knocked out by a 40-year-old man who can't box anymore. Okay.
Damn,
At this stage, they can
Old
put
man
anybody.
beat this young, spry fella.
They can put
Okay.
anybody against.
Oh,
Ryan
come on.
Garcia.
White was fucking doing him. White fucking stuck him down twice. Alright, he did get caught with the uppercut, but the last thing to leave you as a fucking heavyweight boxer is your power. We all know that.
It's not just that, right? He fell for it.
What about the rest? What about the rest? What about the rest? What else has he got? He's got some power. What else has he got?
It's the same people who are like AJ fans, I think. Actually.
Well, Furioso, let me ask you this. Furioso, let me ask you
When
this.
has Fury ever had any fucking power? Apart from when he uppercutted himself, you fucking melt.
He's got a 70% knockout ratio, hasn't he, dickhead? What did he do to his last opponents?
Yeah, and he's fought all. You tell me, right, how many good fighters he's fought? He's fought Klitschko and fucking. Who else? Who else apart from Klitschko?
Everybody in his resume. Everybody's a good fighter. Everybody. Wildest shit now. Is this the wildest shit?
Freaking
Oh,
hilarious.
fuck.
That's all I have.
Amazing.
Out of the BDA history books.
Well, I mean, both guys are making some solid. Both guys are making some solid points. I gotta say, but
we're dealing with Dillian Whyte, and suggest that Dillian Whyte's going to win. You're drunk, or you're living on a prayer. You're hoping.
Hold on. Let Raven. Raven's been wanting to say something. I can't hear him. Raven, go ahead. State your case, please.
He looked bad against Chisora, White, Dillian White.
White looked bad against Chisora. I mean, yeah that would.
So did Tyson.
All right, White looked bad against Chisora. Chisora was winning the second fight, right? What I will say, who else has knocked Chisora out the way White did?
On his tour.
All right, listen, because I can't hear what you get. Some of you guys have to get your audio sorted out because I can barely hear you. In terms of the White Chisora fight, that's a different type of style right there. Chisora's a shorter guy. He comes forward. I mean, Chisora made Usyk look bad in their in the first couple of rounds, and then Usyk still went on to beat AJ. And a lot of people who were picking AJ were saying, "Oh no, he looked back in that Chisora fight, therefore he's gonna lose." So let's not play pit one guy against the
I
other.
have a question.
Devil's advocate.
BDA. So why is it a negative thing to, according to Furioso, that you like Whyte, you must like Usyk? Why is that a bad thing, Furioso?
Well, I don't get it. I don't get that either because apparently I'm an AJ fan as well. So
you're all AJ fans. You're all AJ fans. You've all jumped ship. I know you guys ain't been rocking from day one. You might have been your second, your third choice, yeah, but he's never been your fucking lover boy until now.
Wait a minute. Please don't tell me. Please don't tell me. Please don't tell me. Fury. Please, but hold on. You're saying that people that root for AJ are lover boys. Is Fury your lover boy then? Because you seem to be
exactly.
No, I'm saying
and Ryan Garcia.
People that liked him and then jumped ship, and now they're all of a sudden liking Whyte. All of a sudden they're liking Usyk.
But hold on. If somebody picks, let's be real here. Let's be real here. If somebody picks Whyte, that doesn't necessarily mean they're rooting for him. They're just saying that stylistically, that's how they see it happening.
But the way these dudes out here explaining them, the way these dudes out here explaining themselves, they're not explaining themselves real. They're bringing how they look, he hasn't got a hard on, his bum looks like this, he's looking like this.
But you're the one that's bringing that up.
Some gay talk.
Who mentioned anything about a hard on?
They're on hate.
Oh man, this is a great episode.
Talk I'm hearing. I've been listening to you guys, and you're a bunch of gays. Gay talk.
No.
His dick is not hard. His bum looks like.
Who said that? Who said anything about the dick, man?
Was saying.
Well, he's the only one seeing that. That's the crazy
you
part.
look a little jealous that they slept together, huh? And you didn't get in there.
Oh.
Julian looks scared.
Well, I'll tell you what. The reason why I think Fury's going to win this fight is because he's done him already. When they did sleep together, yeah, I agree. I think Fury's fucked him. Look how he tickled his belly. Because it's fact that Dillian Whyte liked his belly tickled.
Well, let me ask you this, Furioso. What is it that you like, Furioso? Furioso, can I ask you something? Because I'm interested in why people root for certain fighters. Why do you root for Tyson Fury? What is it that you like about him?
Because he's been always the underdog. The underdog, the outsider, the guy that came from adversity, the guy that everyone would point at, the hated guy here. And all that, the adversity and his skill set and his personality and his willpower to be the best. But adversity, I like adversity.
You like adversity, and Whyte hasn't faced adversity.
Adversity is the making of greatness.
Well, would you say that Whyte? But hold on. Would you hold on? Please, let me ask him a question. Wouldn't you say Whyte has faced adversity as well? The fact that he's been jerked around.
He has also faced adversity, a lot of adversity, and no two ways about it. You know,
you just fell for all the mental fucking illness shit when he got caught. When he got caught doing fucking PDs, you fell for the fucking mental illness shit. You fell for it, open and sink.
Well, let me. Well, hold on. Wheels, you're saying Fury. What did you say about his mental illness?
I'm telling you, he fucking made it up because he got caught doing fucking peds.
Hey, I have another question for
you. The Lamborghini story. You're more of a muppet than I thought you were if you believe the Lamborghini story. When I was driving 200 miles an hour in my Lamborghini and I thought I'm going to kill myself. I don't know. Whatever. I suffer with mental illness and you don't fucking do that. It doesn't work like that. He's full of shit.
We're all different. How do you know his is different to yours? You haven't got a Lamborghini. If you had a fucking Lamborghini, you might want to fucking drive into a wall. You don't know what it's like to have a Lamborghini. You got a bicycle. So it's, you know what I mean? It's different.
He's calling you Asian.
Like having a Lamborghini
just a fucking English
and wanting to drive it. So you don't know. You haven't been to those heights.
Hey, Furioso, you're defending heterosexuality in boxing, but you missed. Did you see Fury's entrance? His last entrance with the gay gypsies?
Oh, that's a good point.
Which gay?
He said we are Spartans, but you know.
Yeah, he
No,
does
it's
like to
smart.
fuck. He likes to fuck dudes up. Yeah, he does like Whyte. I agree. He's definitely fucked Whyte.
No, but
Like I
what
said,
he's
Whyte
but what
like his belly tickled.
but what Soothsayer
I
is
don't know
saying.
what's going on. I heard the same thing from the Olympic camp for like Britain. They do a lot of weird practices, you know?
No kidding.
Quite possibly. You might be interested in that, to be delving into that, but I don't know about that side of things.
If
Quite
there's no
possibly.
sheep, I'm not interested.
A lot of things goes on in these camps. I don't know. I've never been in them, but I would
Like they
suggest
said,
there's a lot of campness going on. Yeah.
Do they call the cops
it
when you
goes
show up
back
to a
to
gym?
Amir
When
Khan. Like, why?
when it comes down to the ring, inside the ring, that's where the shit matters, doesn't it? You
Well, the
guys
only
go on
Furioso.
about
Okay, Furioso. Hold on. Let me read a super chat here. Shout out to Ollie G. Shout out to Ollie G for his contribution. Hold on a second. Shout out to Ollie G for his contribution with the super chat. He says Welshman
in the ring
after
Garcia. These motherfuckers.
After the hold on a second. Where is this shit? Yeah, okay. Shout out to Ollie G for his contribution with the super chat. He says, Welshman, after Garcia's performance, do you still think he dominates 135, 160? Pitbull stump. Well, hold on. Willis, that's what I was asking. Willis isn't the same Costa guy from 2 weeks ago, right?
Furioso, let me ask you a question.
Wait, hold on a second. Did you even hear what the fuck I asked? Hold on. Did you even hear what I fucking asked? Oh, my goodness gracious. Guys,
Furioso, were you
MMA champ. MMA champ. I'm gonna have to mute you, man, because I'm reading super chats here and I'm trying to clear something out. I don't think Willis is the same guy as Costa from 2 weeks ago. The guy that was talking about Garcia dominating.
I'm not Welsh, man. I'm
Welsh. There you go. Okay, so well, if Costa drops by, we'll ask him that, Ollie G, or we'll discuss that later on. That same question amongst yourselves here. So shout out to Ollie G and shout out to Michael Poe, who says, Mr. BDA, put me down for Fury winning whatever round. I'm not taking that. Put me down for Fury winning. Oh, KO. I think he's saying Fury by KO. All right. Shout out to Michael Poe for his contribution there. And all right, let's keep this going. MMA champ, you were going to ask something?
Yeah, so Furioso, were you Fury's drug dealer back in the days when he was doing coke?
Yeah, I used to buy some amphetamine off his father. Before, when,
did you also do?
That was his uncle Peter. That was.
Furioso,
when you were in your daddy's balls, in your daddy's testicles, yeah. I was buying amphetamine off his father, John Fury.
Did you also do some deeds for Fury in the bedroom?
Peter, Peter was the one they used to sell to me.
No, but when I had your mother and made you, yeah.
When you had my mother, what?
When I had your mother and made you, you're my son, my friend. I'm your father.
I bummed your mother.
Isn't that crazy though? How like Fury talked about Dillian's underwear.
All right, let MMA champ. Hold on, MMA champ. MMA champ. What did you? MMA champ. What did you say about Furioso's mother? I didn't hear that.
I said I bummed her.
Oh, bummed her. Not even. Oof.
You don't even know the directions, my friend. You don't even know the directions. You don't know the directions. You're still a little kid.
I'm older than you.
No, you're not. You're a little kid. You don't know that direction. You're still a teenager.
Well, listen, bro. Your mom's in a nursing home.
You don't know what a condom is, mate. You don't know what a condom is. You're still a little kid.
Yes, I do. But
no, you don't, bro. You're a little kid.
Are you retarded? Are you retarded, bro?
You're a fucking little kid.
Is that what you used to use?
I heard of condom. I want a condom.
Furioso, is that what
you're a little kid? You're a little kid.
Is that what you used to use with Fury?
Kid, and you sound like
use a condom with Fury or no condom? Was it no condom with Fury? Was it no condom with Fury? Or was it
Englishman? Yo,
yeah,
English lad.
A mong.
You drinking that Furiosity?
Like, you're a mongrel.
Yo, are you drinking Fury semen or
you're a mongrel?
Well, it is Open Lines Friday, everybody. Wild, some people are going to say, BDA, why are you letting this happen? It's Open Lines Friday. I can't stop it. What do you want from me? I got to let it go.
What? Shut the fuck up. Who said that?
Well, people are probably going to say that.
MMA, you on that black dick. You on that black dick like the rest of them, aren't you? You like the black dick, don't
Yo,
you?
Furioso, did your mom
You
get
like
bumped
the
by Fury? Is
fucking
that
black
why?
dick, don't you?
Did your mom get
You
bumped
all
by
on the black
Fury?
dick, all of you. Welsh
Did your mom
dude,
get bumped
you,
by Fury, Furioso?
fucking
At least you're
Susie.
making money,
Hey,
and
You
you're
hey,
all on the black
Furioso,
dick.
Furioso, you're willing to die on the hill for some pretty fucking average, shitty fighters, bro. What's up with that?
Yo,
Ryan
BDA,
Garcia,
Average,
chill,
Fury.
unbeaten
please, chill,
champion.
please.
BDA,
Average, unbeaten champion.
BDA, Furioso used to be
Where you at?
Furioso,
Where you at?
Furioso
Unbeaten
used
unified champion. Where you at, bitches? Talk to me.
Furioso used to be sniffing coke off of Fury's butt cheeks. Come on.
Off his fucking firm shoulders.
I'll fucking be sniffing coke off the fucking mobile phone.
Yeah, Furioso must be in the same cartel as Fury.
Ah, come on.
Yeah.
Let's not throw those
You
type
be in
of...
the.
Yeah, let's not throw
you
those
be-
casts.
We'll see on Monday how your boy Whyte's doing, lads. We'll see how
So
he's doing.
BDA boxing, I wanna.
You'll be on to the next one. You'll be
Hold
on to
on.
the next
Raven.
dude.
Okay, we got that. Hey, Raven, what's up, man?
About Chisora and Usyk. Usyk said after the fight that he performed really bad. He said that he wasn't on his A game.
Well, listen, he still beat him though, so that's what counts, man. Now let's move on from the Fury Whyte thing, and let's talk a little bit about because you guys weren't here. Well, we discussed this on Friday, and then the fight happened. Errol Spence beating Ugas, something awful, just beating him up, and now everyone's talking about the Crawford fight, Spence Crawford. First of all, do you guys think it even happens?
No.
I hope it doesn't happen personally.
Whoa!
How come?
I don't want it to. I don't. I'm bored of it. I don't care about it. I want Spence to fight Virgil Ortiz.
I thought you were gonna say you want for him to fight Tyson Fury, but yeah, I mean, listen, I think you're the only guy.
I don't care about the. I'll just go into that. I don't care about that fight. I think I want them to fight Virgil Ortiz.
And who would you pick between
Spence?
Who would you pick between Ortiz and
what's his name? Ortiz would beat Spence.
Whoa.
Yeah. Whoa, yeah, big, isn't it? That's you don't know, do you? But that's a fact. The styles, there would be a firefight in the middle. Crazy, wouldn't it?
It would be crazy indeed, man. You sound a little crazy
yeah,
yourself.
That's what I'd
go ahead,
like
Jimmy.
To see.
Yeah, Jimmy, go ahead, man. What's up, man?
Well, I was just going to say one thing that's come to fruition. For years now, Spence fans who've been arguing against the fight happening and saying he's building his brand and he's just building up his A side, clearly something went wrong when every pay-per-view he's had since his Rigondeaux fight, every pay-per-view since his biggest one against Garcia, or the Rigondeaux fight, like I like to call it. But since then, it's gone down steadily. The reported pay-per-view numbers through a leaked source into Lance Pugmire said it was 240,000 pay-per-views sold, which is not good because think about it. Wasn't like everybody said, well, Crawford only did 190, but Crawford's like legitimate numbers because they release them from legitimate sources, whereas nobody knows where these numbers came from. It could have maybe been worse, but the point is, it was people making videos like Blue Blood and Fannin that there was a rumor going around that did over 500,000. That's what they ran with. Yeah, that's what they ran with. They put out videos saying,
I think it was.
Yes.
I don't think it was 200. I think it was 240 or something.
What's that?
I think it was 240 or something because I think Felipe or somebody in chat put it like a few days ago.
Yeah, he said ish. He said 240-ish, but that's what streaming services and everything else again. But that's just a guess number. Like
that's not
It's not
bad.
I mean, well, it's not bad if it's not the usual. The guy who has the best connections who calls in the show, Steve Kim, said that he was told that on the regular, they're upping them by 40%, and he still has yet to negotiate a contract or fight with somebody from outside the PBC that he has to open up the books.
Jimmy,
why doesn't he open up the books?
Jimmy, how much do you think Crawford and Spence do on pay-per-view?
She's honestly, I'd say probably 400. I would say somewhere. Yeah, I would think that would do 400, between 3 and 4, just because it's the fight that everybody's been asking for. I think that would bring out people. I'd really do.
The suggestions give done 500,000 for this last fight.
What's that?
There are suggestions they've made $500,000 for this Ugas fight.
They didn't. It did 240.
Did it come out? When did that come out?
Yeah, Lance Pegmeyer, and nobody from the PBC denounced it. Nobody said, no, that's not true. So that's the number they're going with. But the point being, he started out with 360, went down to 300, then to 250 or 260, now to 240. So every pay-per-view, a superstar is going down and down. And as the fights have become more significant, his numbers have gone down. So clearly the way, the trajectory of his career or the way they brought him along was not working. Avoiding the fight everybody wanted has had a clear effect on his pay-per-view numbers. Because how else could you explain you going for a unification with 4 belts, including Ring Magazine, wasn't it? Or does Terrence have that? I'm thinking, Terrence might have that. Okay, so you have all of the 4 belts on the line against Ugas, who just beat Pacquiao, and you did your worst pay-per-view numbers. I mean, the best pay-per-view numbers he did was his fight equivalent to Lomachenko fighting Rigondeaux when he fought Garcia.
Well, see, that's the
we
thing.
Can underestimate the.
And that's what the Mexican or the Latino people buying pay-per-views, which is a majority of most pay-per-views these days, because everybody's on illegal streams and stuff like that. If y'all know what I mean. So yeah.
We can't underestimate that the illegal streams anymore now, especially in this current climate that we live in now. Definitely. I mean, I streamed it. Admittedly.
My thing is this. I want your guys' thoughts on this. I'm going to get a little political, but with all these gas prices and inflation, who in the world thought it was a good idea to do the pay-per-view stuff on the zone at this time?
Well, I think because they have to. Go ahead, Jimmy. Yeah.
Well, I was going to say, Canelo, although the gas prices, to your point, weren't as bad, but he still, I mean, Canelo did, 800,000 pay-per-views? Just to go to show you and put in perspective, because again, that was the whole, Errol's new face of boxing when they were running with the 500,000, which was strange because it's still 300 less than Canelo did. But, he did the announced attendance this past fight, I believe, was 37,000. So again, in perspective, Canelo, when he fought Saunders in the same building, did 73,000. You know what I mean? So it's incredible. There's no comparison. Canelo is still a face.
Yeah, well, you know what? That brings some interesting. I forget the names, but there were people I've heard some people, YouTubers, discussing this, and were like, well, this is the big fight, Crawford versus Spence. Some of them were talking about how it's actually on the level of a Canelo Triple G, and I'm thinking, first of all, let's hold the horses here. Spence fights in the Texas, and he does pretty good numbers at the gate. Pay-per-view wise, he's not that good. Yeah, most Americans don't know who he is. Then you got Crawford.
Well, Spence's gate numbers were worse than Canelo's.
But that's what I'm saying. So, and then you got Crawford, who can't sell shit on pay-per-view. Barely any American outside of boxing fans know who he is. He's boring as heck outside the ring, so he's never going to be a mainstream star. He's already 35. So if this fight's going to happen, I doubt it does 1 million pay-per-view buys. And like Steve Kim said in his latest column, I hope both guys finally recalibrate their expectations of what they're worth financially and just say, all right, we'll make the fight for this amount of money, and boom, they finally do it. Because look, it's been 3-4 years since we've been talking about this fight, and it's getting right there in terms of Pacquiao, Mayweather levels of everyone talking about it. And then we got guys like Furioso who say, you know what, fuck this fight. We're tired of them talking. Let's move on to something else. That's what happens. People think fights can get over-marinated, and this one, it's already getting over-marinated, and it's gonna get cooked soon. We want it now.
Without a doubt,
yeah.
It would have sold. It would have done 500,000 3 years ago. Without a doubt, I bet. Back when pay-per-views still had some punch to them. Now, because, and again, you don't help your brand when you put every other fight on pay-per-view. Because now you're gonna have Rolly and fucking, that coming up on a pay-per-view, $75 on, no shame over there at all. So yeah, that's the problem. When you dilute the product, people are less apt to buy them.
Exactly.
The thing with Rolly and Tank, bro, I think this is Tank's last fight with Floyd Mayweather. I think because the way, Tank has been speaking about Floyd in the media and his interviews and, other stuff like that, I don't think, he's going to re-sign with Tank. I think they had a falling out or something because Tank has not been speaking highly of Floyd like he usually does.
Did you hear the most recent interview? I think it was just the other day. I saw it put out today. I don't know if you guys saw it. It was, which at first I thought might have been a lot of like playing or trying to build a fight by building this rift. But then Davis has gone to a couple of places that I think it's beyond that. Like, for instance, his last conversation, he was talking about him sparring Haney. And while he was trying to spar him the whole time, Floyd kept grabbing his arm. So he'd go to throw a punch. He was like, I'm literally going to throw a punch, and Floyd would grab my arm or push me. You know what I mean? Whilst I'm sparring. He goes, it was crazy. Yeah, that's what he was saying. While they were actually fighting. What?
How would he do that though? Like when he was in the corner?
Being in the ring, like the referee was right there. Yeah, and he was hovering right over him. And Davis was saying, as I was trying to throw punches, if he saw that I was going to throw a good punch, he'd grab my arm, like grab me by my elbows. I'm throwing the punch.
Well,
like
maybe
he said, it was so clear that Haney was his boy, because that was right before Haney signed with the Zone. He was training at Mayweather's, and he really wanted him. And so that's when Davis says he really realized who he wanted, because just the way he handled himself in there, he wouldn't let him, take any shots on him. It was kind of strange, but I didn't get to hear the whole thing, but that was his most recent. And he did it on a podcast.
Why is Tank still in prospects? Like, Rolly's a prospect, though. He's terrible.
Terrible. Absolutely. And that's what he's saying. And Davis is actually saying that now. Davis is straight up saying, I didn't want this fight. I didn't want to fight this guy. So he's blaming it straight on Mayweather. He's saying this was remember the BDA one show I talked about? There was an article came out where when after this he was threatening to make the Lomachenko fight when there was a falling out, and then they cleared it up. And then you read behind the scenes what happened was he got Tank on his yacht, and it was, I guess he had it out at the time in the French Riviera, or he rented a yacht there, and he got him out on that. So, of course, he's baffling this kid, putting him on an $18 million yacht, and he's like, get everybody to hate you. It doesn't matter who you fight. It's about the numbers. And I think they sold this kid a dream. But as this is going on, he's seeing the fucking outlash. He's seeing the public. I mean, every time anything gets tweeted about him fighting, and people it gets ratioed, you're fighting nobody. And he's a prideful kid, and I'm sure it's gotten to him. And I think it's now at the point where he doesn't like the direction or the way Floyd has brought him along. Again, he signed for those fights.
He's rebelling definitely.
Yeah,
but
if he now, it's
all about Haney, Cambosos, Loma. Like he's in the dust.
What my fear is, though, if he doesn't re-sign with Mayweather, he'll probably just sign with PBC. And PBC don't really have any good lightweights. I want to see Tank actually.
Well, he's with the PBC now. It's like they're all PBC. He's just a subsidiary. Al Heyman still calls the shots. It's the PBC under the, they still work for Al. Like Floyd says, well, one thing. He could do a lateral move, I guess, and go work under Tom Brown, TG or whatever promotions, and work under him under the PBC. But I don't think Al would do that.
What I'm saying is him going strictly to PBC. Like now he's going with him, and he's a PBC and Mayweather. I'm saying him going strictly to PBC.
Yeah, if he wanted the best fights, he would sign with Top Rank. If he wanted the best guys, he'd sign with Top Rank or the Zone, because that's where the bulk of the best fights are going to be located. But he could still make those fights being on that side of the street, because Top Rank has shown, the Zone has shown they'll do cross promote stuff.
Actually, I would like to see him sign with Golden Boy, because I would like to see him versus Ryan. That'd be a good fight.
Yeah, even Golden Boy, you're right. Even Golden Boy would be a better. I mean, they got some guys lined up.
I think that's the biggest fight in boxing.
Also, right? And say Tank, he doesn't want to fight, Ryan right off the top. He could fight William Cepeda too, right? Because he's at Golden Boy too, so he can fight William Cepeda, Ryan Garcia. They have Jojo Diaz too. They have Golden Boy have good lightweights too. So
yeah, they have a few prospects coming up too. They have signed, but what's curious, because I know if he stays at the PBC, the next fight is going to be a Cruz rematch, because they spoon fed him the 40-year-old to get knocked out, and he did just that.
It, right? If you think about it. Him being at PBC, there's no need, because he already fought all the lightweights they have to offer, right? He fought Gamboa, he fought Cruz, he's about to fight Rolly. He fought all the the lightweights they have. So I think it's time for him to go. If he really wants to stop, because he's not getting any younger. He's 27. He has like 2 more years until he's 30. So I mean, he needs to step it up now. And if he really, because I don't want him to just maybe this bashing Floyd is just for the promoting of the fight. We don't actually know until the fight's over.
Jimmy already pointed out that that's what we thought at the beginning, but now he's been saying things that are going way beyond just I'm not.
Wait, you just broke up. Can you rewind that again?
Right there.
What's that? Am I breaking up?
You broke up. Can you rewind it?
All right. Well, can you guys hear me though? Hello.
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic.
Jimmy, I can hear you, Mr. BDA.
Thank you. Jimmy already pointed out
I heard you, but you're breaking up.
Bro, Chris, 1 second. Go ahead, BDA.
Jimmy already pointed out that that's what we thought initially when Davis started talking about Mayweather promotions, and we thought at the beginning, he might be doing this to create a fake rift, to create a little drama. But like Jimmy said, he's been saying things that go beyond that now about how he's not happy. In fact, he was on the podcast. But he was on the podcast too, and he said, this fucking guy, I never asked Mayweather for the big fights. So he's admitting it too as well, that he never, maybe because he didn't have any confidence in Mayweather making the big fights or whatever, but it's things aren't going down, man. Aren't going well there over at Davis and Mayweather's side.
Yeah, sure is not.
Looking at the way Wilder was brought along, and the amount of, in the end, they got the big fights. Do you think that the American fighters look at it as in, all right, we'll fight like journeymen for so long, and then after that we'll just fight the top fights? Do you think that is a case of that, or do you think it's?
Well, can I tell you my opinion?
Mayweather trying to keep his zero.
I've said this before. Oh, go ahead, Jimmy.
No. Yes, I want to hear your opinion.
Well, thank you, man. Real quick. Thank you. Real quick. Because I've said this before. I think Tank Davis, he's making decent money fighting the type of opposition he's fought, but he's looking at it and he's going, you know what? I could be making more if I were fighting Haney, Lomachenko, obviously Ryan Garcia as well. And they're not putting him in there against these guys. They might be telling him, yeah, down the line. But they've probably been telling the same shit for about the past 5 years.
And at the end of the day, right, Tank is not even getting over $1 million after taxes, after going to his trainer, like his team, right? So he might be getting paid $1.5 million, but he's, after the taxes and everything, he's probably getting a couple $100,000. So I mean,
Mayweather's side business is pimping, isn't it? A whorehouse. So that's how he treats his boxers.
For sure.
No, it is straight up.
Bro, I really think that Tank and Floyd had a relationship.
Oh, come on. Well, Jimmy.
Well, yeah, that's how he was accepted.
Jimmy, he does. Jimmy, Mayweather does. Hold on. Let me ask Jimmy this. Let me ask Jimmy this.
Sorry, MMA.
Jimmy, he does own. Mayweather does own a strip club, right?
He does.
Yes, he does.
Maybe he was having.
Well, the reason why he opened one up, because everybody in Vegas, obviously, that's why every guy wants to hang around, is a strip club. Except he was banned from all the popular ones because of putting his hands on girls and just stepping over the line. I'm Mayweather, I can do what I want, and his crew would do that. And there was a couple of incidents. Once even guns were pulled out. But he was asked. He's banned from almost all of them. So just imagine what it must be like to be work there for him. I mean, I don't know.
And he's had 1 or 2 killed. His father. He's definitely had 1 killed that his father.
And the other one is a male.
Okay, come on. Yeah, but listen, Mayweather's, and now he's fighting in.
But BD, do you know how Tank met Floyd?
No, I do not.
So they met at the strip club, and Floyd was talking to Tank. He was like, Floyd, Tank was like, I'm a stripper myself. So Floyd is like, show me what you got.
Okay, what the fuck? Fucking MMA champ. I knew he wasn't going to be serious from the get-go. As soon as he started the story, I go, like, what the fuck is he talking about? Show me what you got. All right, well, listen, that's Mayweather and Tank Davis for you. In regards to the Spence fight, well, we moved on from the Spence thing, that's for sure. What else would I want?
Before that,
did you guys...
Did you see Ugas' picture? He's still like his eye is still swollen.
Yeah. He looks like he has a female body part on his face.
No.
Do you guys think Ugas was we overrated Ugas or not? Because I think people
absolutely.
overrating him a bit.
Absolutely.
I think they were overrating him like fuck.
But come on, Jimmy, you was overrating Ugas too, Jimmy. Come on.
That's what I just said. When did I deny it? I said no. I overrated his heart. I overrated his ability to. I just don't understand what happened. I mean, I watched that fight a couple more times. If you look at any other time he's had somebody hurt in his career, he's jumped on him. He had him rocked the rope, and he didn't even jump on him. Instead, he stood there in one spot and let him throw punches until he got his fucking legs back out under him.
He looked at him in amazement,
I
thinking, "God,
disagree
I've
with
got him
that.
hurt."
He
Just
walks in the
Calvin
pocket,
Johnson
does
did with
nothing.
Berbatov when he knocked him down. He didn't jump on him. He just
Not at
stood
all.
there in amazement.
That's because the referee
You got to
said
follow
stop
up
twice.
your work. Follow up your work. The golden cliche.
Hold on.
But even if the ref said, hold on for a second, ref just, even if he studied, like even if the ref said, wait, but then didn't jump in, then you know to jump. If the ref just stands there, he can say something, but that takes a split second. I'm talking about the seconds up to a minute after. He was trying to pick his foot, and clearly he was rocked before the shot that sent him into the ropes. He was rocked, and then he was hit again that sent his mouthpiece out. So he was already a little goofy when that shot hit him. That sent his mouthpiece out, but then when he caught that other shot, it put him. His legs weren't out from under him, and he fucking didn't even jump on him. It was just so bizarre. And his attributes. What is the one thing everybody agreed he was better on? What did he have better than Spence? Was his footwork, without a doubt. That's the one thing everybody knew was better, and he didn't even use it. He stood there. It was just the most bizarre thing. I don't know. Maybe
the referee is just incompetent. He said stop, and then Spence gets rocked, and then he said stop again. That's why it looked really weird.
Yeah, Showbiz made a video about that, and he shows how when he screams stop, stop, and Ugas is the type of guy. It seems like he'll listen to the referee. And here's the other thing. When he fought Figueroa, he stunned him. I think it was in the 5th round. I think he dropped him in the 2nd, and then in the 5th, he hurt him, or 3rd or 4th, and he didn't jump on him. That's just the type of guy this fucker is. They even talked about it from the statistical standpoint. The guy averages about 400 shots a round. That's very low for a welterweight. He's not that type of fighter. He's not the type of fighter that goes for it. And even when he does have a guy hurt, he doesn't really go for it. So I'm unsurprised about his lack of urgency in that fight.
19 punches in one round. I mean, that's just something was, I don't know, maybe broke a rib early. I don't know. There was something. He didn't fight the way. Yeah, he didn't fight the fight the way anybody expected him. Steve wrote a good article about it. It was like he was befuddled. You usually try to use your best attributes, and his best attributes. Listen, it was like I said, the first 4 rounds were crucial for 2 reasons. Spence's timing was going to be shit. And to his credit, he admitted that in the post-fight interview. His timing was way off. He was missing big, knocked himself off balance. And 2, he was at the same time trying to get his timing. He's trying to figure out Ugas's rhythm. That was the opportunity for Ugas to lay down, like, not when I say jump on him, not trying to knock him out, but put pressure on him. Use your legs because you're going to be sharper. At least make sure there's no doubt who was winning the early rounds, because those early rounds, if the fight would have went to the distance, would have been crucial. My point is just everything he did was wrong. Like everything his corner was saying, like he just didn't follow the game plan. And I don't understand why. I just can't. Nothing makes sense why he fought that way.
Well, if I may offer like counter to that, or an answer to that is, he's a counter puncher, and this fucking guy just stuck to him. And after a while, he just made him shut up. I mean, don't get me wrong. When I was watching it, I was thinking, fucking Ugas. There was even a point where I didn't count a single shot thrown from him. He was like a 35-year-old dude in there. And by the way, we said before the fight, most of us were saying, well, if Spence doesn't show up at 100%, Ugas is going to beat him. That was all dependent on how Spence was going to look. So I wasn't overrating Ugas. I can speak for myself here. And it turned out that, that's what happened with him. He didn't have the balls to do it. And that's why we want to see Crawford and Spence. And that's why I was asking earlier, do you think that fight's going to happen? And boy, oh boy, I'm wishing it happens and enough jerking around, man. Let's make it. Let's do it.
BDA, did you discuss ESPN's top 10 list they put out?
Nope, no.
Oh, I should post it. I should put it in the thing. They had Spence ahead of Usyk. Ward, so Andre Ward did because they listed the people and how they voted. Ward, Tim Bradley. They had Spence literally like third and fourth ahead of Usyk, both of them. But in the top 10 in the whole ESPN list, I'm going to post it right now in the thing. It's disgusting. It's ESPN.
High on that win, they are.
Yeah, it's ESPN is owned by Disney, so it's a that's why everybody left. That's why anybody good has left that company, and it's hot garbage.
Shit, aren't they?
Yeah, they're owned by exactly. So it's just terrible because they looked at it honestly and they said, "Yeah, no way, we can't have just one African American in the top 5. That can't just be because it would have been Crawford."
Let me read the list here. It says Canelo Alvarez number 1, Crawford number 2, Inoue number 3, Spence 4, Usyk 5, Fury 6, Lomachenko 7, Estrada 8, Taylor 9, Gervonta Davis 9. Oh, they're tied? What the fuck? Why is Gervonta Davis there? And okay, so I guess those two are tied, so there's no number 10.
I don't know.
But
should heavyweights be in there? Should heavyweights be in there?
Well, for them, yeah, apparently.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I mean, and by the way, Inoue hasn't done shit.
One right, and that's what matters, to be honest.
What the fuck does Fury even get in the pound list when he's only ever fought Klitschko?
What's that? I'm sorry, Vidi, are you checking out? Were you saying something?
He's fought 30-something fights. What are you on about? He's fought loads more than... No, he fought more than one fight.
30 fights with bums, mate.
45 in your mind, you're a bum from Wales.
All right.
Now, hold on.
Willis, finish what he was saying?
Well, actually, Willis and Branderson are...
Is he still there?
Oh, you can't hear me, huh? Fuck.
No, we can hear you.
Oh, you can? Okay, because my connection's going out in and out, man. I don't know what's going on. You guys listen. What's his name? Oh, fuck, he left. All right. I wanted to let that. No, Furioso and Willis, you go at it, guys. Fucking resolve it already.
Listen, who was Fury fought apart from Klitschko? Like, I don't rate Wilder. I really don't. I don't rate him.
So, what did he need to do then? What does he need to do? Why don't you rate? To break it down for me. Tell me. Justify yourself.
He should have had the rematch with Klitschko, but he bottled it.
Right. Why did he bottle it?
I don't know. I'm not Fury, but he definitely bottled it.
If you don't know, how can you assume he bottled it?
Didn't he pop for BEDs?
Yeah,
you don't know. You say he bottled it, but then